laid out what I want to wear today. This is the jewellery I'm gonna wear, and then this, guys, this is I have not just worn a t-shirt in many weeks. Like, no one's gonna see this because I'm gonna be wearing this jersey and then this one that I'm wearing because it's alpaca wool. I'm gonna try wear this scarf, but I don't know if it's gonna work. This is the deodorant I've been using. I quite like this fragrance, especially wild orange, but it's just a natural deodorant that doesn't have all the nasties in it, so loving this. I grabbed this from Health Post NZ. Yeah. This is what I put on my face. This one is missing a sticker, but it's from my friend Melody. She makes them. This is tallow balm, and I absolutely love it. How do we film this? Like this. Okay, basically the plan for today is I want to go get some bloods done in town. It's hopefully the last blood test after my miscarriage. They're testing for HCG levels, that the HCG levels have gone down fully. Mine have just been taking a while. I think last week they were at 14 and we want them to be under 1, so hopefully this week they are under 1. I also I'm pretty sure it was my period that I've got, hopefully. So anyway, that's happening as well. So I'm gonna call the doctors probably now and just book an appointment, and then we can kind of plan the day around that. Hi there, this is Nika Holland, and I was just wondering if I could come in to get some bloods done today.
Yeah, sure. What about, what could you, 10:15 or 11?
Yep, 10:15 sounds good.
10:15?
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yep, we'll see you then, Nika.
Yep, thank you, bye.
Thanks, bye.
Okay, 10:15. Okay, this is the list of things to do. Sometimes I put things on the list that I can just get rid of. Tidy room. Okay. This is my list for today. We can do this. I need to print off my period tracker because I track my cycle. Well, it's actually cycle. Why not just my period? And this is so good, guys. Soul Sync. Look up Soul Sync period tracker. And this thing is amazing. It's like print out and it's just physical and it's so good. Basically, I have planned out my Monday a little bit because Mondays they're sometimes a bit rough for me at the moment, just because I think it's like the weekend and I spend the whole weekend with Tian and like have him there the whole time. So then and it's like, I don't know, the weekend is often a lot more busy, and so I just feel like I have more like distractions and it's a bit more fast paced, and then I get back to the week and it gets a lot more slower paced, and it just like I almost like come back into my body. Like I almost just come back to my heart, I guess, and everything's a bit more quiet, and so sometimes I'm a bit more sad and things, which it's good because I'm back in touch with my emotions and everything. But yeah, so I've planned a little spa hour today just to kind of like nurture my body and care for myself. I've actually found it kind of difficult being kind following a miscarriage, because you just feel so crap, and then it's hard to have grace for yourself all the time, because it's like, oh, I've already fallen apart so many times, like why is my brain doing it again, you know? But I'm learning to just have patience, and also to like lean into this season without guilt and just like heal guiltlessly and not be working guiltlessly, because I have tended to be get quite guilty about the fact that Tana's working and I'm not, but I've really felt this quite a redeeming time in terms of I'm not feeling guilty anymore. But yeah, that's kind of a little insight onto today and where we're at. I'll show you this cycle tracker. Guys, this is the tracker. It was just printed out in black and white, but this is what it's called if you want to search it up, and this is all free, so I would just highly recommend this. It has all of this information that you can fill in. Mine has cut off the edges, but that says daily event, and this one is the date on the very edge. But yes, and then we even have how the hormones are meant to flow during this cycle. So yes, very keen to get back into this as my hormones regulate after miscarriage, and yeah, just figuring out what my body is doing. Alright, let's go grab some brekkie before we have to head out to get the bloods done. This is what I'm having for breakfast. It's not especially healthy. I don't have any nut butter, like peanut butter, to put on here. But this is my buckwheat bread that I made. It's a fermented buckwheat bread. No one judge my gluten-freeness, because being gluten-free is hard enough without everyone pointing out how sad the bread is. And this bread is actually really good if it is cut thinly and toasted. I love these pumpkin seeds as well. Oh, come on. I can't open my own car. I'm confused. Okay. Emergency. So basically I lost track of time again. So I ate my like 2 little pieces of bread. And now I need to get going because otherwise I'm gonna be late for my blood test. Well, for my blood to be taken. So we're off. Probably not an ideal thing that I have only eaten a very small amount before going to have my blood taken, because one time when I went here I fainted, which was not ideal. And now when I go there and it's the same nurse who was there when I fainted, he's like, did you have coffee before you came here so you don't faint this time? And I'm like thinking, I don't drink coffee. And I'm like, no. He's like, okay, please. Last time he said to me, because I had to have my blood taken like so many times over the course of being pregnant and having a miscarriage, and last time he said, thank you for not fainting when I left. Alrighty, we're back. That was so efficient. I don't even know. Yeah, so that was like 10 minutes because I was very on time. So I'm gonna head home, finish breakfast, and then carry on with the day. It feels like it's taking a long time for me to get into actually doing stuff, but I'm trying to not focus on like getting stuff done, but more on just like living the day well. It feels kind of weird that this is probably the last blood test for this pregnancy that I'm going to be getting, and it's kind of like everything is just coming to a close and moving on. And yeah, it's going to be 4 weeks this Thursday since I miscarried little bub, and it's kind of weird because I think everyone else kind of moves on, but to me it like doesn't feel like, it feels like so long, but at the same time it feels like barely any time at all has passed, and it's all so like fresh in my heart, you know. And it's crazy how long it takes, I think, for healing to happen, and I don't know if I realised like how long the grief like kind of is with you in that way. But anyway, gotta go have some breakfast. Also, I forgot to tell you this morning, but I'll tell you now because I think it's so funny. When I woke up this morning, like, you know when you wake up, so like the moment you wake up, the first conscious thing that I did was I was like laying there, and then I'm like, Jesus, I was like talking to Jesus. I was like, Jesus, if this was you, could you, like, technically, could you teleport through time past the bit where you have to get out of bed and wake up? Because I was laying there and I'm like, I don't want to get up. And Jesus is like, or God's like, yes. He's like, I can do anything. And I was like, oh yeah. It was just so funny. And his tone, he's just like, yes, girl. I kind of created the universe, so I think that I can teleport past getting out of bed. But it was just so random. I don't know why I said that to Jesus, but I did. I just love that. Okay, this is the very unaesthetic part of my life. So basically, we are currently staying at my husband's parents' house, and so all of our stuff is just everywhere. This is actually mostly food things, as you can see. Like cans in the shopping bags and the stuff. But this is like, guys, this is the thing. This is working so well for us at the moment, and we are just so blessed to be living here. Like, life doesn't always have to be aesthetic. For this season of life, especially going through miscarriage and just even the practicality of all of that would have been really difficult to do in the cabin, because we were basically sleeping in there, but we don't have any amenities, and it would have just been so much more complicated. Like, a miscarriage is quite a big physical event, and so it was such a blessing to be able to be in here. It's a lot warmer. My parents-in-law are such lovely people. My mum-in-law we're actually quite similar, and she's so intuitive. Like, if I'm having a rough day, like, just if I'm having a rough day, she like knows. She can like tell, and she's like, "You having a rough day?" I'm like, "Yeah." She like gives me a hug. Like, it's so nice to be not completely by myself as well during the season, because there's like other people in the house. Like, I can be in the room and be by myself if I want to be, but there's also other people around. That is done. I'm gonna do that tonight, that later. Probably need to do that. I need to wait for Tian. Make bread. This will be our next task. Sugar. So, but thing you should do is spoon the flour into the cup. Not just scoop it out with the cup, because otherwise the flour gets all compacted in there and you get way more flour than the recipe says. This way it's a bit more like aerated. They're technically meant to like whisk it up, but I can't be bothered, so this is my compromise. Now what we do is just make sure that the yeast sits in a nice little hollow, so that, I don't know, something bad doesn't happen. It's just what the recipe said. I'm actually following the recipe, except that today I had to put some rye flour in because I ran out of my this isn't even bread flour, guys, this is just some cheapest flour you can get. I would love to buy some organic wheat flour actually, and then it's ready. Into the bread maker. I just set the bread maker on this chair because I don't really have a spot for it. This, and we start. This is where all of the wood is kept, and I believe that these are our skirting boards that I need to paint. Maybe I should ask him. I think this is right. It's gloriously sunny. Do you ever just stand in the sun and you're like, it just doesn't get better, you know? It's just ultimately healing. Alright peeps, here we are, ready to paint these. I don't actually know that much about painting, but I'm slowly learning. My poor little cat. We are back inside. My cat's watching me film myself. And we finished the painting. Well, it's not finished, but finished for the day. I did a first coat on all of them, and then I did a second coat on one length, and then I had to slide it all back into where it came from and kind of scratched it up, so that was a bit annoying. But now I just need to think about dinner, have an hour till Tian gets home. So technically I could do my spa time, but I think I am going to save that for when I'm feeling a bit rough this week. So for now I am probably just going to look into dinner stuff, if I need to get anything out of the freezer, which I should have done this morning. And then maybe write a blog post or create some reels or something creative like that. Yeah. We have come to the end of the video pretty much. I've sorted out what I'm going to make for dinner. I'm going to make beetroot risotto. If you'd like to see more videos like this, you can subscribe. You can like the video and comment to help the algorithm. Not to help the algorithm, to help me. To help the algorithm. No, to help me. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. But yes, thank you for being here.